Hey guys, Gary DMG. I'm back with a video, and it seems like if you think about it hard enough, it seems like greed and monetary expansion is what's gonna kill humanity at this point. And what I'm talking about is what greed and monetary expansion have given the world is, of course, AI. And what AI is going to do, what I feel like it's trying to do, it's trying to take out the competency of the worker. And it's slowly happening if you realize it. Because think about it. There's no more pension. There's no more retirement. Meanwhile, the dollar value collapses for the humans, right? And meanwhile, when they make AI, they continue to expand its capabilities and they continue to test its limits because they want it to work for the man now. They want it to work for the rich and greedy. And that's why I think richness and greed is going to be the ultimate ruination of this country. And it could even bring in the likes of the Antichrist. Which is pretty deep stuff if you think about it, but at the same time it makes sense. Because like I said, where's your retirement? Where's your 401k? And even if you get that 401k, is the dollar value amount sufficeable for what you've worked for throughout all your life? And if not, you just got scammed. Congratulations. And honestly, you fall right into the trap that the government has inevitably put out for you. And I'm specifically talking about the men in this country too, because it's up to the man to protect and provide, right? Ultimately. So, if AI was able to double that ideology of protection and providing, if AI were to double or triple times what the man can do, or what the woman can do, or what the average human can do, then we're obviously and hilariously outgunned in this system that pretends to cater to our needs, but to also usher us out of the workplace altogether. And now this has been done before with COVID. This has been done before with many, many things. You know what I mean? And naturally, it's just the world that we're looking at today. And what made me jump to this conclusion is because, like I said, the dollar value amount has dropped significantly in the past couple of years. And then on top of that, with the direction that we're going right now, it seems like the credibility of the average worker and the relationship and credibility between the average worker and manager is slowly decreasing because of the advancement of technology. It's constantly increasing. Therefore, the dependency on man-to-man work relationship ratio is decreasing. Therefore, man is relying more on technology. And now this was prophesized. I hate to bring up the Bible, but it's the truth. This was even prophesized in the book of Daniel, where it talks about how iron and brass is going to mix with mirror clay, and it won't cleave. You guys know what I'm talking about, the ones that read. And this is so obvious with what the world is now, because technology is going to keep advancing, right? But as it advances, we're going to want to do the natural thing and incorporate that with humanity's desires and wants and needs. But little do they know that technology, as it increases and advances through man, it won't mesh, it won't mix. It won't mix. And humans will appear to be broken within that system. You know? And as technology increases, it becomes a kingdom, quote unquote. A new nuanced kingdom of AI. And this nuanced AI economy that's being built. I can totally see in the future that there's going to be these nuanced versions of an AI economy coming to fruition. I could definitely see that happening. It's something that's really significant within the expansion of human existence. And it could be something that significantly changes the paradigm of human beings altogether. But I don't think anybody wants to admit that. Because think about it. The average worker today is insufficient to what technology and AI is capable of doing. If AI wanted it, it could put out half of Hollywood out of business if it wanted to. It can even put half of the working class out of business. So what does that say to you guys? Right? And now if you think about it, speaking of Hollywood and people of famous nature, even their dollar value amount is decreasing. And they just can't see it. Because the confines of this economic echelon that we've got is so tightly knit and so immense that you can't see the production and the progress that AI is taking. Because the goal of AI is to obviously make life easier. So much so that you couldn't notice that it would be replacing you in certain milestones. Correct? So naturally, the idea is to make the manual labor obsolete. The goal is to make the worker-to-worker ratio and relationship obsolete. And that's overall like what I think will happen in the future of this new AI economy and this new AI kingdom. I feel like eventually we can finally hit a threshold to where technology outpaces man. And it already has. It literally already has. And with the amount of jobs being taken and the job market decreasing by the day, man is going to depend on technology 10 times as before. I can guarantee you that. We already have cars that can drive themselves. Think about that. Also, they want to do away with the combustible engine. They've always wanted to do away with the combustible engine. Why? Because power is cheaper. Electricity is cheaper. But also electricity is easily controlled. And electricity is more manipulated than that of a combustible engine. Think about that. So much so that they've even stopped people from inventing water-powered engines and H2O-powered engines. So much so, they've even stopped the manufacture of that. That right there goes to show you that they want a controllable economy. One that they can control with a flick of a button. I.e. your digital price tags at Walmart. I.e. everything becoming digital as far as systemics goes. We are going to have an untapped, unparalleled AI systemic economy that is so tightly knit that it'll be the most controllable aspect of human existence, if there is any of that nature when it becomes so. And I don't want to fearmonger, but what I'm doing is I want to have you guys sort of keep an open mind to what this AI's goal is to do. It's artificial intelligence, right? So artificial that it almost becomes synthetic intelligence, which I think that they're going to try and change the whole playing field of what AI is altogether. Because first it's going to be artificial intelligence, but I guess the next step from that is going to be naturally synthetic intelligence. And now what synthetic intelligence is basically artificial consciousness. Meaning that these advanced, I'll say, beings of technology and consciousness. Because think about it, where does the root of intelligence come from? From the mind. It stems from a consciousness, or lack thereof. Intelligence stems from a consciousness, a center consciousness, if that be. But if you think about it, the goal is to advance technology and AI to its highest capacity without slowly affecting human beings in their overall progress and paradigms. But remember, money is still to be made and greed is still to be had. So with that being said, it could drive us away from our overall paradigm of human existence as we know it. Naturally. And now what this could usher in are things of demonic nature. Things of cruel nature. Because synthetic intelligence would be that of such of a human. Because we literally created AI in our image. We are still creating AI in our image. And science has proven time and time again that advancement and evolution is part of nature. Alright? So much so that Charles Darwin even backed this up scientifically. So, with that being said, this is ultimately the inevitable future that we are heading towards. We are heading towards a synthetic, artificial intelligence economy. One that is so impenetrable and so controlled through electricity that we won't even be able to gauge it as a human existence. It'll be nearly impossible. And this is the way that nature has been since the dawn of man. Increase technology, deceive millions, and slowly shift the paradigm through technological advancements. So much so that this has even been warned in the book of Enoch, when fallen angels have come down to teach humanity the resources of technology and the resources of advanced machinery. And also, when these advanced fallen angels came down, they even mated and they tried to cleave with man, the daughters of man, i.e. the Nephilim. Right? See how this all comes in full circle? So when they came down and they tried to cleave with man, the daughters of men, they created the i.e. Nephilim. But the Nephilim did not cleave. They did not mix. I.e. disasters and corruption and evil unleashed upon the earth. Just like the days of Noah. Right? And you guys know the saying. I'll leave you guys with this last quote before I wrap this video up. Those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it. And now, back in the days of Noah, it said that these days would repeat itself again in the coming future. And to be honest, we are not too far away from what's to come. And I'll leave you with that, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. Do you think, that AI is really going to advance to a point of no return because of greed and power? Or do you think maybe AI could thrust us into a situation that's more euphoric? Maybe. Who knows? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.